Gaffer, can I ask your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, pleased with the performance. Obviously disappointed with the result. But I thought every one of my players down to a man was different class. The work ethic, the game plan we executed for 70 minutes. I know the game's 90, but ultimately the sending-offs killed us from getting 3 points or minimum of points if they go and score. But you know, you look at the goal back, and that's where Danny would have been. He would have been there for John Nolan. Any ball coming out, he'd have picked that up, so he wouldn't have had a free hit at goal. I'm disappointed. I looked at it back, and you know, the thought of the referees. There's two of their players that are encroaching from the corner. He was 6 to 8 yards max, not 10 yards away, and he books my play. And you can see Danny's foot's trying to move. He's trying to play the pass, but ultimately he can't because they're not 10 yards. But proud of the boys, because you know they're going through a little bit of a tough time at the moment, not winning games. I thought the game plan was nearly executed because of what we've done now. We set out, and they're wounded in there, and rightly so. Disappointed we couldn't go and get the points for the fans. Also, it was great. I think we put on a performance for them. They were actually buzzing, which was nice to see. And we've missed them, as I've said. But ultimately, I think a decision has cost us 3 points today.
I was going to say, you know, there's kind of no doubt that you deserved a result for 70 minutes. I don't think Ipswich had a shot. It must be incredibly frustrating to lose it on a decision rather than a performance.
Yeah, it is, and you know, people will look at Dan and say, oh, you know, Dan got sent off, and yeah, okay, he did, but you know, we're not criticising anyone. We're not criticising Dan. He's been magnificent. The lad's been sick for a week, and you know, we've threw him in at the deep end. But in terms of decision from the referee to book him for the first instance, and then I think the last bit towards the end, he waits for ages and ages to book their keeper, and I don't want anyone booked. But yeah, I'm gutted. I'm gutted for the boys because you know they've worked hard. We had a good meeting on Wednesday. And put all the, you know, we thought we put all the wrongs right, and I think the performance warranted 3 points, but up to a silly decision. Yeah, the second one, Dan probably should get booked because he's tripped the lad up, but even that, he knows the referee. I've just had a word with him then that, you know, he should have common sense prevailed and gone, okay, if you do that again, you're going off, because the first booking's terrible.
But even then, after a kind of shell-shocked 5 minutes, which kind of ended up costing you the game, even at the end you kept going, kept pushing with 10 men. You didn't look like you had 10 men really, did you? No,
well, we changed it up a little bit as well. We took Frank off, we needed another midfielder in there, and then we went 4 at the back and pushed Big Jerome up and went 4-2-3. And you know, you've got to try and do that. You know, I think Kellen's had a great effort. But the lads, I've said this before, they've got that attitude and never say die. You know, we are in a tough league at the moment, and we're having a little bit of a tough patch at the minute. We'll come out of that stronger. You know, tough times don't last, tough people do, and we've certainly got some tough people in there. But you know, if they perform like that, the majority of the games they'll get the points.
It's important that you take the positives of the performance away from this and nothing else really.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll take a lot of positives and the performance, and we'll build on that. Because as I said, for 70 minutes there was only one team that was going to win. You know, look, give them a bit of credit. They scored 2 good goals, but the goals where my player would have been, or someone would have been. And when you're down to a lesser man, it's always going to be tough playing against good opposition in Ipswich.
Finally, just a word on the fans. I know how disappointed you were not to be able to get the result for them, but it was great to have them back, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was buzzing. Yeah, listen, I'm pleased. I was excited. I had some butterflies in my belly before it was coming out. I actually ran out, and I don't normally do that. I think I just wanted to get into the dugout because I was a bit, not nervous, but it was nice to see them back. We haven't seen them for a while, and to be fair to them, they kept going. He was singing, they cheered us on towards the end, and they clapped every single one of my players off the pitch there, which is good for me to see, because it shows that we put a performance in for them today. The result weren't what we wanted, but the performance was very good.
Got a week now to regroup ahead of Bristol Rovers. You confident the players will do that? Yeah,
of course, yeah. They're down and out in there, but we'll recover the group now properly, and we'll put a game plan together for Bristol Rovers. And as I say, look, you know, these things happen. I'd rather it happen to us now in December than February, March. So, you know, we'll get it right. It'll be fine. Stick with us. We've got to keep working hard on the training pitch and keep putting the performances in like that, and I'm sure we'll get more points than we want.
Thanks for talking to us. Cheers.